But it's Durban feature race coming up right now. All aiming to win the 15 points, the $200,000 on offer for victory here today and to continue that championship battle all the way to the end. Watch for the lights up at the top of the screen. Red lights are on. Lights go out, away we go, and it's Yanni with a fantastic start, and New Zealand goes second.
This is Great Britain as the car to watch, blocked by New Zealand coming down into turn one. Jarvis backside of it, so it is Switzerland getting the advantage.
Look behind, this is where the trouble will occur. Germany gets down on the inside, here's the blockage, and South Africa's in the middle of it. Adrian Zaug again, he's in the middle of the dramas.
We've got 8, 9 cars. China's blocking, and the whole field has now come to a standstill in turn one.
Safety car's been called for, and it happened to Adrian Zaug last year. It's happened again, he's in the midfield, and he's been blocked out.
Rob Wiggins, the big loser there, going from second on the grid down to 5th place.
Yeah, a terrible start for the earlier winner. Marshall's doing a fabulous job trying to get that cleared. They've done it. Well done, boys, down there at Vodacom hairpin. Although
and the nose on China's car is damaged. There's bodywork on the racetrack as well. So a lot of these cars will make their way back into the pits once they get rolling. But what a mess in turn one down at Vodacom corner. We know it's always a problem, but this is the biggest problem we've seen in the 3 years we've been here in Durban.
India only just getting going. USA has stalled. Mexico is stopped, and Lebanon. Khalil Bashir still waiting to get going as well.
Well, so we're going to have a rolling start to this feature race. We've had the standing start. We will have a rolling start once this melee down in Vodacom corner has been cleared. Let's look at it again from the moment the lights go out.
So it's a poor start by Canada. Great getaway by Switzerland, but you want to look further back because actually the first group made it through.
Indeed they did. There was moving all around. You can see just Rob Wiggins went all the way back, but 3 cars side by side trying to get around. It isn't going to happen. Germany and Netherlands side by side, but it was China got tagged from behind.
Ooh.
And there
somebody climbed up the wall there.
They did climb up the wall, but you can see what 8, 9 cars
had nowhere to go, did they? So let's have a look from on board further back. The big traffic jam. China was part of it. Look, trying to go on the outside. Bosch.
And Pakistan on board.
Yeah, Portugal it was that went up in the air.
Portugal bumped up in the air over the. So that from China backwards, it was just standstill.
The chance of reclaiming some of that lost ground. So Neil will be nervous to see the Black Beauty behind him, I'm sure. There's a long, long way to go here before we get to the end of this race.
And he's on it already as the cars come down to turn 15. So it's not allowed to overtake until you cross the start-finish line. And the advantage goes to Switzerland, and the Peel strings its way down into Vodacom corner.
Here comes Ireland on the attack of Team Australia. He's going to try and go alongside. France also getting involved in that incident. Australia bumped the curve.
Germany's been spun round.
Yeah, and France trying to pick his way through. Australia out as well, if well not out, but into the jam. And South Africa gets blocked again.
Cannot believe it. You know, I mean,
such a shame.
What is going on? Are these guys, are they not using their brains?
There's such a long race in front of them, and yet they can't resist getting involved in all this at the moment.
It is, I mean, this is just, I mean, I have to say, I understand in the first start, standing start, but you know it's going to be busy. John Martin on the inside tags Germany, catches the back of that, is that France? Then Ireland hits the back of that into the barriers. Australia's trapped, and then it just South Africa and everybody. Why do they not just use their brains?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was Australia that made the contact with Germany initially, but then everybody else sort of piling in here. Malaysia got through on the inside, Portugal did as well, and then it's difficult. I'm not sure whether Mexico was the one that ended up getting caught up in that again, but well, there's Alan Jones's reaction as he sees the Australian car in trouble. Now they're just hoping that they're going to get that car out of the way. We've got a safety car if they can do it. Oh, there's an incident between Canada and Great Britain. Canada and Great Britain could both be out of this race.
Well, Canada's definitely out. The left rear of the car is broken. What happened, we will see. And look, Great Britain right in the middle of the racetrack. The left rear of the Canada car has been damaged. It is broken. That car will be pushed away. So Canada out. Great Britain possibly out.
Second place Canada were, let's see what happened here, John. They weren't that close, I didn't think. Canada.
No, that's Switzerland and Canada.
Oh, he clipped the wall. He clipped the wall on the inside.
Really to spin it, and then he tries it. France goes through. Now he's going to loop the car and goes.
Whoa.
Well. I thought the pressure was going to be on Switzerland, but in fact it was Canada who bowed to the pressure. And look, Team GBR on the pit wall, cannot believe it. They've been taken out by Canada trying to spin the car on, and that is all over for Team GBR. They've been taken out by an unforced situation. And Canada's out, Great Britain's out, and that now changes the complexion. Netherlands are in play, as is Malaysia. So Switzerland, Netherlands and Malaysia.
What's happened to Portugal?
France is second, I beg pardon.
Portugal suddenly dropped down the order as well. I was just about to say they could be on for a podium, but Portugal's dropped way down as well. Great opportunity to open a gap over France here, and then in behind them we've got the Netherlands, who've also got a car in between themselves. There goes Yanni, and look, you see Lebanon doesn't really respond, and this is hurting France. France not allowed to overtake until he gets to the line. Lebanon moves out of the way, and across the line they go.
Well, in fact, he overtook probably before the line only because Lebanon pulled off and lifted off, and then you see Khalil Bashir cruising down.
South Africa down the inside and hits.
Oh, the action in Portugal hits Italy, and New Zealand gets trapped as well. And I mean, just like a cannon, just out of control, rolling into turn into the boat. Oh, fire at the back of the Dutch car. Something has damaged the oil radiators or oil lines, and we've got 5 cars in turn 1 Bodukum corner. It has seen all the action here today, and how many cars are going to make it to the end? We've got 4 minutes and 22 seconds, and this race may well finish under a safety car.
Oh, what a pity. The guy had driven so well today. Adrian Zaug had made up so many places, but that was just trying a little too hard, I think. He went for it. You can't say he disgraced himself in trying to go for the move, but to be honest, we looked optimistic. Great Britain goes through. I tell you what, there's an opportunity, and New Zealand got caught in that, John, so
yes,
they're now in trouble.
So they were also one of the innocent parties in that incident. Oh. And South Africa and New Zealand were fundamentally the 2 nations that were hoping. Let's look again and see a big punt down the inside, 3 into that will not go. Slams hard into the side of the Netherlands car, and then China just about gets away. Then Italy backs up. You see, I think it's Brazil and New Zealand.
Dramatic fire on the Dutch car. I don't often see that.
Well, that's just simply one of the oil lines or a connector, and the oil getting onto the exhaust. But you know, no way, Adrian Zaug, you could go down there. That was optimistic beyond anybody's imagination.
So, lots more cars damaged. Let's take a look at it from Adrian's point of view. Quite a long way back. Decides to go for it.
No way at that speed on that line with the curb coming back towards you. You get launched hard into the side. The oil radiator gets damaged. The oil gets on the exhaust. That's what we saw. Malaysia manages to get away with it, get round the outside.
Malaysia again gets round it. I'm just looking at the timing and scoring. Portugal's now being shown third again, so I did wonder what had happened to Portugal.